What if I told you that some of the most common facts we were taught as kids, or even as adults, are completely false? From sugar turning kids into hypermaniacs to goldfish supposedly forgetting things in 3 seconds. These myths have stuck around for decades, but not because they're true. In today's video, we're going to bust 10 of the biggest, most stubborn myths out there. And by the time we're done, you'll see the world, and maybe even your own habits a little differently. So get ready because the truth might surprise you. 10. The sugar high lie. Almost every parent swears by it. Sugar turns kids into wild, uncontrollable whirlwinds. You give them a cookie, and 10 minutes later, they're bouncing off the walls. But guess what science says? It's all in our heads. In a series of controlled studies, researchers gave groups of kids either sugar artificial sweeteners or nothing, and neither the kids nor the parents knew which group was which. The result: no significant difference in behavior. But here's where it gets interesting. When parents thought their kids had sugar, they suddenly began watching them more closely, interpreting every jump or giggle as part of a sugar rush. Kid laughs. Must be the sugar. Kid trips sugar. Kid breathes too fast. Definitely sugar. This myth actually started in the 1970s, when a doctor suggested that food additives might make kids hyper. The media ran with it, and parents desperate for answers embraced the theory. But think about it, a kid at a birthday party surrounded by games balloons and 15 screaming friends is already hyped up. Sugar or no sugar, they're excited. The cake just happens to be there. Bottom line, sugar may affect health in other ways, but hyperactivity. That's more myth than reality. 9. You only use 10% of your brain. This one has inspired entire Hollywood blockbusters. Someone takes a magic pill and suddenly unlocks the full potential of their brain, levitating, solving quantum physics, speaking fluent Mandarin in 10 minutes. Here's the truth: your brain is never slacking off. Thanks to modern imaging like fMRI, scientists can watch brain activity in real time. And they've seen that almost every part of your brain lights up at some point, whether you're reading, dreaming, solving puzzles, or just resting. Even during sleep, your brain is working overtime, controlling your breathing, organizing memories, processing emotions. It weighs just 2% of your body, but consumes about 20% of your energy. That's like having a small laptop in your head running full apps 24/7. So where did the 10% myth come from? A misquoted statement from a 19th century Harvard professor who once said people weren't reaching their full potential. That got twisted into the idea that most of the brain is unused, and the myth has refused to die ever since. 8. Pennies from heaven won't kill you. You've probably heard this one. A penny dropped from the Empire State Building could go right through someone's skull. Sounds dramatic, but totally false. Yes, gravity pulls the penny down, but air isn't empty. It's filled with molecules that push back. This is air resistance, and it slows the penny until it hits what's called terminal velocity, the fastest it can fall. For a penny that's about 25 miles per hour, less than the speed of a bicycle. When a penny falls, it tumbles, wobbles, and drifts, meaning if it hits you, it might sting, but it won't kill you. In fact, a falling ballpoint pen is more dangerous. Pens are aerodynamic and can fall tip down like tiny daggers. So if you're ever walking near a skyscraper, zare the pen, not the penny. 7. Lightning strikes twice. All the time. You've probably heard someone say lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, that's exactly the opposite of what happens. The Empire State Building gets hit by lightning around 25 times a year, and there's a real person, Roy Sullivan, a park ranger who was struck 7 times and survived them all. They even called him the human lightning rod. Tall buildings, towers, and even trees regularly attract lightning because they're the tallest conductors around. And here's the scary part: lightning can strike from miles away, even under a blue sky. These are called bolts from the blue, and they travel horizontally before striking ground. So yes, lightning strikes the same spot, and even the same person, more than once. 6. Vikings left their horns at home. Thanks to cartoons, Halloween costumes, and opera stage designs, we all picture Vikings charging into battle wearing horned helmets. The truth: they never wore horns. The horned helmet idea comes from 19th century costume designers, not history books. Opera creators thought the horns looked dramatic, so they added them to Viking costumes. And the image stuck. But from a practical standpoint, horns make terrible battle gear. Imagine going into combat with 2 perfect handles on your head for your enemy to grab, or worse, getting stuck on a tree while raiding a village. Real Viking helmets were simple, made of iron, sometimes with a nose guard. Archaeologists have never found actual Viking helmets with horns. Some ancient ceremonial helmets from over 3,000 years ago had horns, but they weren't Viking. They were for ritual, not war. 5. Shaving doesn't make hair grow thicker. This myth just won't go away. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker, darker, and faster. But here's the deal: shaving has zero effect on how your hair grows. When you shave, you're cutting hair off at the surface of your skin. This gives it a blunt edge, like a tree stump. So when it grows back, it feels coarser, but it's not actually any thicker or darker. Your hair's thickness, color, and growth rate are all determined by your genes, not your razor. If shaving truly made hair thicker, every bald man would be furiously shaving their scalp. And yet Jeff Bezos is still bald despite having unlimited access to razors. 4. You can swim after eating. Ah yes, the classic mom warning. Wait 30 minutes after eating before swimming or you'll cramp and drown. It sounds serious, but it's a myth. There's no scientific evidence to back it up. None. The American Red Cross even states clearly it's safe to swim after eating. Yes, your body does send more blood to your stomach during digestion, but that doesn't mean your arms and legs stop working. You might get a mild cramp if you do intense swimming right after a huge meal, but it's no more dangerous than jogging after lunch. In fact, professional swimmers often eat mid-training to keep up their energy. So yes, go ahead, enjoy your lunch and jump in. Just maybe hold off on the cannonball if you're feeling too full. 3. Your head isn't a heat chimney. We've all heard it. You lose 50% of your body heat through your head. That would be true if your head were half your body, but it's not. This myth came from old military manuals. In early tests, soldiers were dressed in full gear, but left their heads exposed. Naturally, heat escaped from the only uncovered part, their heads. In reality, heat loss is proportional to skin exposure. If you walk outside in winter wearing shorts and no hat, your legs will lose more heat than your head. Your head may feel colder because it has more blood vessels and is sensitive to wind chill, but you're not losing half your heat from there. Unless you're a baby. Babies have proportionally big heads and do lose more heat that way. But for adults, cover your arms, legs, and hands too. It all matters. 2. Goldfish are smarter than you think. We've all heard the joke goldfish only have a 3-second memory. Turns out they're way smarter than that. Scientists have trained goldfish to navigate mazes, recognize colors, and even tell the difference between pieces of music. Some can even be trained to do tricks like swimming through hoops or pressing levers for food. In experiments, goldfish remembered solutions to puzzles for months. They even recognize their owners. That goldfish swimming up when you walk in. Yeah, they know you. Their brains may be small, but they're efficient. And studying goldfish could actually help scientists understand how memory works in humans. 1. Swallowed gum. Doesn't stay in you for 7 years. Every kid hears it. If you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years. False. Completely false. When you swallow gum, it goes through your digestive system like most foods. Your body can't digest it, so it just passes through like corn or seeds. Most gum exits your body within 24 to 48 hours. Unless you're swallowing massive amounts daily, which don't, you're fine. Ancient cultures have been chewing gum-like substances for centuries, like tree sap or natural resins, and none of them died from gum buildup. So relax. The gum doesn't stick to your insides, it sticks to sidewalks, and that's a bigger problem. Now that we've peeled back the truth behind these popular myths, what surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Which myth have you believed your whole life? Or maybe you've got one. I didn't cover Drop It Below, and I just might include it in a future video. If you enjoyed this myth-busting ride, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend who still believes in sugar highs or horned Viking helmets. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay curious. Question what you've been told and keep learning. This is Facts Uncovered, and I'll see you in the next episode where we uncover even more fascinating truths about the world around us.